I always had one foot in and one foot out of everything, and that included my faith. And then, finally, I just realized I had to do something with my life. Find a great job in New York, move up here for that job, and then I knew 5 people. And I probably spent the next 6 to 8 months just working, commuting, and going home, and it was a lot, and I just still wasn't happy. And this entire time, I just had always considered myself a Christian. I'd always believed in God. That's how I identified myself. And I just kind of feel God tell me it's time to make a decision. I can believe in Him and go all in, or I can just live my life the way I think I should live it. And so I started looking for churches, and I found C3, and it just really took off from there. Getting invited to dinner party, getting put on a team that were just so many affirmations, and just almost like I could see God in the background giving me a head nod and saying, this is where I brought you. So it's one thing to show up and serve and load a truck, but it's another thing to have a team that you're responsible for and that you care for, and then to take that team and to literally build the house of God every Sunday. I just think that we're building this lighthouse, right? That people are out in the city in just this huge storm, and they're just lost and they're being tossed and turned. But we're building the lighthouse so God's light can shine out and call them into a safe harbor where they can find what they need and where they can be fed and where they can grow. And honestly, that everything that I've been through, from having bad anxiety, from feeling lost, from feeling helpless, to the point where I wasted years of my life because I was afraid of making the wrong choice, to know if God can deliver me from all of that everyone else can be delivered as well. So I'm just so motivated to do whatever I need to do to make sure that people have somewhere to come and find that. So I went from, just within this year at church, I went from just being on team to quickly leading a team. And I promise you, then there's been a lot of bumps on that road, but I've just continued to trust God and do my best. What I'm learning now is it's not just about checking off tasks. It's not about just loading a truck. It's about every individual person on my team and what they need and what they're walking through. And it really hit me one Sunday that I wasn't stepping into my leadership enough, and that I was just checking off boxes, and that I was just serving instead of leading, when Pastor Josh said, we all have gifts, and if we're not using our gifts, that the church is limping. And that has just been in my heart for months. And so since hearing that, I've really tried to step more into the authority that comes from the kingdom, and not just that comes from a title. It's not about some grandiose purpose or what I could be doing in 5 or 10 years. It's about what He wants from me right now in this moment. So that's really where my yes comes from, because if I can say yes right now, that just sows the seed for what's to come.